name is Katie Baird, and I'm currently a senior studying viola performance under the tutelage of Dr. Molly Gebrian at the University of Arizona Fred Fox School of Music. I'm also the Presser Scholar for the 2021-2022 school year. In the summer of 2020, I worked with my professor, Dr. Molly Gebrian, to establish a database of viola music by underrepresented composers. The inspiration for this project came about after the Black Lives Matter protests and all of the social upheavals during the summer of 2020, and we figured that it would be a perfect time to start looking for music by BIPOC and women composers, as the classical music space has been very classically white and we haven't been able to find a lot of pieces that people can relate to. So within 3 months we were able to find 1,100 pieces for viola by BIPOC and women composers, and to date the database has more than 1,600 works, and I was able to find more than 800 of those pieces in the database. So after working on the database for about a year, I discovered one of my new favorite genres of viola music, and that is music for viola and loop pedal. Loop pedal is this device that simultaneously records and plays back sound in real time. So you're able to create a full orchestra sound as a solo musician. And after wanting to play this style of music for more than a year, I was incredibly fortunate to have received a Medici grant from the Medici Circle here at the University of Arizona. And my donors, Sylvia and Herb Burton, very graciously sponsored my summer project last summer in 2021, where I was able to purchase a loop pedal of my own to be able to play the music that I fell in love with through the database. And so I've been able to work on pieces by Jessica Meyer, who is this living composer and violist. She's one of the coolest people you'll ever meet, and her music just really speaks to me, and I've been able to find a new part of my musical voice through this style. So one of my biggest passions after working on the database has been discovering new pieces and new composers, new musical moments that really speak to myself and that speak to others. It's incredibly important for people of all backgrounds to find people in their professions that they can see themselves in. And part of this project is just so incredible that you can see yourself in these composers and you can find your new favorite musical moments. So every day, not knowing whether or not I'm going to find my new favorite musical moment, whether it be through researching for the database and discovering new pieces, going to a new concert and hearing music for the first time or for the 10th time, or trying to recreate one of my favorite moments in the practice room, that keeps me going every day. And being able to find new pieces that other people can relate to and seeing them blossom semester to semester, it's been really special to be able to be a part of that process. So in January 2020, just before the pandemic had started, the Kronos Quartet had their residency here at the University of Arizona, and that was one of the most transformational weeks of my life. My quartet got to play a piece written by Philip Glass for the violist of the Kronos Quartet, and getting to interact with him for 2 hours has been one of my favorite memories to date. The following day, the first violinist, David Harrington, hosted a listening party, and at that event, I was expecting him to play lots of recordings of Beethoven, Mozart, the classical canon. It was entirely different. It was entirely contemporary sounds by composers I'd never heard of. And the whole time I was sitting there, I was just shocked because I'd never heard music like this. And it was so inspiring to see someone so successful really embrace their own little niche of music, and that really inspired me to work on the database to find composers. After that event, he had talked to a group of students, and I was in that group, and he made us feel so special and so important because we were the next generation of musicians. I remember all these big names were trying to talk to him, but he'd be like, well, I'm busy with the students. And so we got to talk to him for almost 2 hours. It was one of the most special nights ever, just getting to interact with someone that I admired so much. And then we were able to see their concert the next night in Centennial Hall. To date, one of the best concerts I've ever been to. It was just so different than what you normally go to see. And so seeing these really successful musicians embrace their uniqueness inspired so much for me, and it still motivates me today. I am from Tucson, and as a first-generation college student, my mom would always drive by the U of A when I was a little kid, and she'd be like, you're gonna go here one day. And so having that idea planted in me ever since I could remember, really made me want to go here and to make my mom proud. And it's just such a dream come true to be able to go to the school that I've always admired growing up. And we have absolutely world-class faculty here. Without the support of all the professors, particularly my professor, Dr. Molly Gabrian, I would not be anywhere close to where I am today. And it's just such a privilege to get to interact and collaborate with people and musicians of such high caliber. So without a team of support of all my donors, whether it be through the university or the American Viola Society, I would not be able to be anywhere close to where I am today, and I'm immensely grateful for their support.